Let's bring in constitutional law attorney Jonathan Turley, GW law professor and Fox News contributor. Jonathan, I watched all this play out this morning. Oh, wait a minute. Turn the volume up. This is quite interesting. And I also thought it was interesting that Nancy Mace, the congresswoman from South Carolina, said we should arrest him right here and right now. Would they have had the authority to do that? And what did you make of what you saw?
Well, in the old days, they did have that authority. They even had a jail in the basement of the Capitol. Today, it's a little more laborious. They have to vote through the committee, go to the floor, and then give this to the Department of Justice. But this was just doubling down on the open contempt of this committee. And to see Democratic members participate in this is really quite breathtaking. I mean, you can't control when the circus comes to town, but it doesn't mean you throw on the big shoes and red nose and join the clowns. I mean, this was really a moment that should have been outrageous for all the members of that committee. He is in flagrant contempt. There is no debate as to whether he has committed contempt of Congress. And in showing up like this and taunting the committee again, we will have to wait to see if any Democrat will do as Republicans did and vote for a contempt of a witness, even though their party does not welcome that prosecution.
You know, I mean, it's so interesting because we saw him show up on the sidewalk the first time they wanted to do behind closed door hearings. So he's crafting his own appearances the way that he wants them to go. I would love to know what the President of the United States thinks about all this, or if he was even given a heads up that this was going to happen this morning, because I think they would love probably for him to be a little bit more under the radar as they head into election year. Watch this between Hillary Vaughn and Hunter Biden, because Hillary's very tenacious, and she was one of the only people I saw who got in there. People were literally almost tripping over each other in that hallway. Watch this.
Mr. Biden, why did you put your dad on speakerphone with your business partners if he had no involvement in your business?
Do you have a dad? Did he call you?
Yes.
Did he answer the phone?
Yes.
Okay.
But why did you need to talk to him during business meetings if he had nothing to do with your business?
Very interesting. Jonathan, what do you make of that?
Well, first of all, I love the fact that he's walking with Morris, who is this lawyer who is also being sought by the committee, who has reportedly given Hunter Biden millions to finance his lavish lifestyle, to reportedly pay off his debts. And just in the last 2 days, the committee found out that it was Morris that apparently bought most of his art, that was all an illusion, that as all these newspapers were saying how successful he is as an artist, it was that guy walking next to him that apparently bought most of the art. And yet he shows up with him, another target of the committee. And that's where it gets to a point where even Democrats have to ask themselves, when are the costs too high to protect the Bidens in this corruption scandal? At some point, you have to reach that realization that you can't trade away more institutional authority. This is someone who is flaunting a contempt of Congress, and eventually the Democrats will retake Congress. What the Republicans did here is exactly what the Democrats did. They would never have tolerated a witness saying, I will dictate the conditions under which I will testify. But they're establishing a record, and they may be unanimous in this, that says, oh, no, if a witness comes in and says, this is what I'm going to do, and that's all I'm going to do, regardless of your subpoena, what will they do when that happens when they're in the majority?
Yeah. It's a fascinating story and very dramatic. We'll see how it plays out politically, and we'll see if they get him to testify behind closed doors, and if they can, put this case together that they are trying to create of a corruption situation in the Biden family. So we'll see where it goes. Jonathan, thank you, as always. Great to have you with us.
Thanks, Martha.
Hey, Sean Hannity here. Hey, click here to subscribe to Fox News YouTube page and catch our hottest interviews and most compelling analysis. You will not get it anywhere else.